The boy, the boy, the boy. I can't stop singing Hannah Montana because she wrote a banger. I'll say it. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited to be filming for you again, so thank you for clicking on this video. If you haven't seen me before, my name is Jasmine. I make lifestyle and music and pop culture commentary videos. If you want to subscribe, I wouldn't be opposed to it. So lately on my channel, I've kind of been getting into the habit of doing like a regular video and then like a music exploration video or a music commentary video. But this week's music related video is a little bit different. Today, I'm going to be talking about and exploring Boys World. Lately, I've been seeing Boys World all over my For You page on TikTok, and I saw an article about them pop up on my Instagram Explore page, and it really sparked my curiosity. So I wanted to go check them out and look into them and their music, but then I realized that I should do it on camera so we can do it together. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about Boys World. Who they are, where do they come from, what is their music like? Very excited, hope you're very excited. Let's just get started talking about Boys World. So as usual, our very first question is, what is Boys World? Who are these people? Boys World is a new girl band that's based in LA, comprised of 5 members: Alana, Makaylee, Olivia, Lillian, and Queenie. The boys in their band name Boys World actually stands for Best of Yourself. I love that. Boys World made their debut in October of 2020, and they actually have songs written for them that were written by the same songwriters who do songs for people like BTS, Selena Gomez, Katy Perry, Dua Lipa. So it's pretty cool. They're already working with big name songwriters. Boys World is a pop girl band, but they say that some of their music influences are people like Destiny's Child, Amy Winehouse, Weezer, Britney Spears, which is quite the selection of music. The girls actually have over 1 million followers on TikTok and have recently done interviews with big name outlets. Like they did a Billboard interview, they did an interview with People. It's obvious that they're starting to show some signs of success because they've done interviews with mainstream outlets. So that's really cool to see that they're starting to gain some traction and really make a name for themselves. The other day when they performed their live stream show, I actually did see a lot of people like using their hashtag and like tweeting about the show, live tweeting the show. So I like looked into it and I found that they actually do have stan accounts already. It's so cute. That's so wholesome. Boys World is being referenced as the Gen Z Spice Girls. The girls really pride themselves on being a diverse girl group, and they really want to change the way that girl groups are perceived and what's expected of them. And they're really not afraid to talk about it. It's part of their brand, which I do think is really interesting considering how girl groups are perceived now and how they operate under the public eye and in their labels and stuff. I think it's really interesting that Boys World has this brand going for them that's all about female empowerment and, like I said, changing the way that girl groups are perceived. They state that they're interested, quote, in the fight against social norms, gender norms, and the social standards of what a woman should be. When it comes to positivity and awareness, whatever we put out, we want to attract those kinds of people too. And if they're not, maybe they can learn through us. So they seem really interested in bringing full-on female empowerment to the pop industry and using the platform that they have to stand up for what they believe in. We'll talk about that a little bit more later in this video when I get into like my review and opinion of Boys World. But for now, I want to move into how Boys World came to be. Where did they come from? So KYN Entertainment are the ones that are responsible for the formation and development of Boys World. KYN Entertainment is an entertainment rights and management company that was founded in 2016 by music executive Sunny Takar. This company is actually a joint venture between Sunny and the popular concert promoting company Live Nation. So Sunny and Live Nation both go in 50-50 and have this company KYN Entertainment. They do management and entertainment rights, like I said, which is basically means that they focus on discovering and developing new artists. But the interesting thing about all this is that Sunny Takar is actually the former vice president of Psycho Music. And I didn't even do this on purpose. Let me tell you, because I know I just made a video about Psycho. I had this video idea for like a solid 2 weeks maybe. And then I was doing the research and I found out that Sunny used to work for Psycho Music, and then now he has KYN Entertainment, who are responsible for the development of Boys World. I didn't know that. But not only did he used to work for Psycho, he was literally the president of Psycho Music. He worked right alongside Simon Cowell to develop all your fave popular artists that came out of that label. The first band that Sunny ever put together under KYN Entertainment is a boy band called Pretty Much, who you may have heard of. So it's quite interesting that he was the president of Psycho and helped manage all these big girl bands and boy bands, and then moved on to his own company and immediately put together a boy band, and then now put together Boys World. Sunny really said, hey Simon, let me copy your assignment, but let's change some of the answers a little bit so they don't notice. We noticed. But anyways, back to Boys World. So Sunny was attempting to put together a girl group. That was his vision, that was his goal. So he sought out all the members of Boys World individually because all of them had singing videos on social media and proved to be talented and fit for what he wanted. So he scouted them all out individually via Instagram DMs. None of the girls knew each other before. The members Queenie and Makaylee were the first two to join the group and be on board with the project. And then by April of 2019, all 5 of the girls were on the team or in the band. The girls spent a year in training and development, getting to know each other, getting things together for their band, like the name, taking dance classes and being trained into dancing, things like that. And then by September of 2020, their first single released. But the thing about them is that they already kind of got a social media following gathered up before they released their first single. They made their TikTok account in January of 2020, and they also made a YouTube and started posting TikToks and YouTube videos together, doing covers and little videos together.
For the rest of my life, what would it be? Pasta?
Before they even released a single or had their own music out. They all moved into a house together during their development time, so they were living together in their LA house. And especially during quarantine, they had a lot of time to let the world kind of get to know them as a group before they did any of their own music. I really do think it's interesting that social media was a huge part of Boys World's blow up factor. Not only that, but they were also formed via social media because they all had put out singing videos and stuff. And then Sunny was able to see that and find them and invite them to be in this girl group together. In the past, with really big boy bands and girl bands, we typically see them all go and audition somewhere and then be put in a band together and sign a record deal and immediately start working on professional music. Whereas with Boys World, they were all kind of doing their own thing, just like singing, living regular normal lives. All of them were about to like sign up and go to college, and then all of a sudden they're being reached out to by this music producer who's already really successful, by the way. Can you imagine? You post singing videos on Instagram and all of a sudden you're getting a DM from literally the former president of Psycho Music, who managed and developed bands like One Direction and Little Mix, Fifth Harmony. This really goes to show though how music is kind of changing and how much of an impact the internet really has on music, especially because they blew up so much because they were making TikToks and kind of advertising themselves on YouTube and stuff like that. We are fully immersed in the digital age of music. So that's a little bit of information and backstory on Boys World, but before I talk a little bit more in depth about them and stuff like that, I want to listen to some of their music with you guys because I've never listened to any of their songs, so I'm really interested in hearing what their music sounds like, especially after doing all this research and kind of hearing about their musical influences and how they want to be perceived. And very fiery, empowered pop kind of sound is what I'm imagining in my head. Even though that's not what I primarily listen to or what I listen to all the time, I do love it. So I'm very excited to see what they're all about. Very excited. Should we watch a music video? So one of their most like well-known or like biggest singles at the moment is called Girlfriends. So I'm gonna watch the Girlfriends music video and hear the song.
Do you need a girlfriend? Just think, there's girls like me waiting to talk to girls like you.
No way, this song is actually about like girls with girlfriends. No, gay ass, they're talking about friends that are girls supporting other girls. But not gonna lie, I thought it was a little bit fruity too. Is she using sign language?
Who did what?
Wait, I loved that. Okay. They're so cute. Wait, I wasn't expecting them to bust out the dance moves like that. I feel so bad because like when I was thinking of these girls dancing, I thought it was gonna be very minimal. No, they're actually busting out the dance moves. Girls stand girlfriends over boyfriends? That's true. I like it. This sounds like a hit song, you know what I'm saying? Like a hit pop song. This is so, like, it's making me feel good. The harmony. They got it. Okay, yeah. They definitely have a clear, I know I keep saying this, but they definitely have a clear like brand, like a working aesthetic cohesively for all of them. Wow. I really like the inclusivity, the inclusiveness. I like that their music video was inclusive. I loved that there was sign language and they spoke different languages like during the acting parts. That was really cool. And they're great dancers. The dancing was amazing. The choreo was great. In that article, they referenced them as the Gen Z Spice Girls. I get what you mean. Just with that alone, I definitely think they're bringing back like an American girl pop group vibe. I don't know how to word it. But I did read in an interview when I was researching about Boys World, and they were talking about how the UK has their huge girl group Little Mix, and then in your Asian countries you have Blackpink and Twice and ITZY and people like big K-pop girl groups. And then in the States we really don't have one anymore because Fifth Harmony disbanded. And even though there's K-pop girl groups and obviously Little Mix are popular here too, they're not USA based is what I mean. So they talked about how they want to be that next big USA based girl group, and I can definitely see it just with the style that they're doing, how they're singing, they're dancing. I also think just based on what I know about them and just a first listen, this is a great girl group for people who are really young. When I was like 12, 13, I had Little Mix to get me through. So I think it's really cool that there's the potential for young audiences to have Boys World to do the same thing for them. They seem very positive and like uplifting, even if it is like generic girl power pandering. Still, it's positive, it's uplifting. I like what they're singing about. Okay, I'm gonna watch another music video. All right, here we go, ladies. Okay. See, look at their outfits. You see what I'm saying? These girlies are dressed just like in a very modern, everyday, this is what girls are wearing these days style. And that's gonna make them feel so much more relatable, and people are gonna be like, they look so, but they still just look so good. Like, it just works. The harmony is so clean. I liked the last music video better though. That little rift, like the wait, can I play that again? I loved that. I love that. They are very talented. Okay, the choreo, I just like, it's just surprising me because like, how the hell did you take 5 of these random strangers and say, hey, do you want to make a girl band? And then they came together and came up with this super cohesive brand and aesthetic, chemistry with each other, and a very apparent sound that works really well within the span of like a year or so. That is so catchy. That's just like one of those songs. If this is your type of music, that's perfect. This music video, I think I like the last music video a little bit better. I love the song. Wingman, already stuck in my head. But once again, watching another music video, I definitely see how younger to more teenage girls would really love this. Even older. Like, I'm thinking their target audience is like 12 to maybe 20. So those are the only music videos that I'm seeing, but I want to hear more just like music in general. I think they have an EP. They have an EP out called While You Were Out, and the cover for it looks so cute. They have another song called Tiptoe Relapse and then Touched by an Angel. Oh. This one screams dance number, like if they were to perform it live. Their EP is really good. I imagine their album is going to be really good whenever they get around to working on one, because this EP, like I've said so many times, is very cohesive, which is so important when you're an artist, especially a band. I think Girlfriends, Wingman, and Touched by an Angel are their best songs. I want to hear them live though. Like, I want to see what their live performances are like. Damn, she sounds great live. Wow, they all sound great live. Because a lot of times when you listen, especially when someone's harmonizing like a girl band or a boy band, in the studio, those harmonies are really cleaned up, but then they sing it live and it's a little bit harder to hear them, or it sounds different. These girlies said copy paste. They sound clean in the studio, they sound clean live. Mad respect. Round of applause, round of applause. Honestly, when I found out about Boys World, gonna keep it honest, when I found out about them and I saw them on my For You page and stuff, I was fully prepared for them to be like an okay girl band that people are like hyping up. But they're like so much more than my brain was ready for. I really thought it was just gonna be like, oh, like they're trying to be a girl band, great. No. They're not trying to be a girl band, they are one. This was just a lot more than what I was like preparing myself for. So for this next section of the video, I just want to talk a little bit about Boys World overall. The first point that I want to make is just the overall aesthetic and style and brand of Boys World. They advertise themselves, like I said, as the Gen Z Spice Girls. And I think that this entire thing that they have going on, not only where they're being empowering and speaking up about social and political issues, writing the lyrics that they do, the way that they even just like dress in their music videos and the things that they stand for, I think it's so important. And it's also just really interesting in general because we don't see this brand a lot in the industry ever, because the industry is dominated by white men. When you have a management team and a record label of all these people like that trying to put together how you're going to be perceived to the public, it's not typical for them to be like, yeah, we're gonna be this really strong, diverse, empowering group of girls who speak all over their platforms about really important social issues. And I'm not trying to say there's not other artists and bands who use their platforms to speak up for social issues or sing about them or make songs that are super empowering, because obviously there are lots of artists who do those things. My point goes more along the lines of we don't see that kind of thing worked into someone's public persona like we do with Boys World. Like I said so many times, their overall brand is being Gen Z. And I just feel like that overall image isn't extremely popular when it comes to mainstream bands and major labels and big girl groups and boy bands. Usually that kind of thing is more present in independent artists or an artist who has a specific market for that crowd. It's very interesting to me to see someone who's trying to become the next biggest girl band being marketed as a Gen Z girl band. I hope that makes sense. And yes, I am editing in my car. Let's not ask the hard questions. I just feel like them being so open about what they stand for and having this brand for themselves makes them feel so much more personal. And plus, like I said, their overall group style just blows me away. They all have very clearly different set aesthetics for themselves that kind of do individualize them a little bit, which is kind of important when you have a girl band or a boy band. Boys World does this while also having a really cohesive group style together too, and it all fits together so perfectly. It's like a puzzle. And they seem to love this about themselves too. Like they seem to love the brand and style and aesthetic that they have going for them. And I think that makes it work even more. Like I said, it feels really genuine. This doesn't feel like some kind of front that they're putting up to sell music. It's more like, this is who we are, this is what we stand for, and now we're making it into music. We're making it into our band thing. I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over again. You get what I mean. Just like all of these different things put together really do set them apart from what we're used to seeing. Although I know certain audiences are going to find the entire Boys World aesthetic very cheesy, and that's because it's not for you, it's not your lane, it's not marketed to you, and that's okay. But for the people that that does work for, it works. And then as far as music goes, I also think that they are killing it. Like I said when I was listening to their music, I think it's literally so incredible that they are working on their very first EP and they already have this sound that's really good. Part of me feels like Boys World was able to pull all of this off because of the people that came before them. You kind of see the route that they took before, you see like how their stands act and how their stands come on board, and then you can kind of get a feel for how to market, what people like and what you want to sound like, and it makes it a little bit easier. So I think they did such a good job of paying attention to what the public likes and what the public needs. Not that they're doing the exact same thing as people before, because like I said, they're a very different set apart thing, but those influences I feel like were very much a positive impact on what Boys World managed to make themselves into. Another thing that I wanted to say about Boys World, I think them trying to get people on board from day one was so smart. Literally the best marketing technique ever. In this day and age, especially with stan culture, people are obsessed with being like day ones. I was a stan of so and so and so before they blew up. So Boys World being like, hey, are you looking for a new group to stan? We're right here. That makes people eager to jump on board and say like, hey, I'm a stan, so that later down the road they can be like, I was there on day one. And that leaves the question, does Boys World have the potential to be the next huge girl band? I think, according to my research and based on what I've seen, yes. They have everything that they need in their favor and every person that they need in their corner. So I definitely think if they can keep it up, keep people engaged, work further and further, get you some good promo, do some more interviews, continue drumming up this fan base, I really truly do think that if they keep working, they will pull out some really big numbers and end up being just like a regular successful girl band that everyone knows and talks about. Now that I've done this video and kind of really connected myself to Boys World, I feel like I want to see them do the best that they can, but it's kind of scaring me a little bit. Not gonna lie, it's freaking me out a little bit because I know how the industry works and how rough things can get when you blow up like that. I just wish them all the best. I genuinely hope that they remain happy and stable and successful in their careers. I don't want anyone to come along and try to exploit these girls. I don't want them to lose touch of what's important to them. I don't want them to compromise anything about themselves or do anything they're not comfortable with because people are gonna start paying attention to them in the industry. Don't lose touch of who you are and what makes you happy and why you started doing this in the first place, because right now it seems so genuine. But yeah, that's my full look at Boys World. I'm so happy that I did this video. So I hope you guys liked the video. I want to do more videos like this in the future, by the way. If there's like a newer or more up and coming artist or musician that you want me to kind of highlight and check out, I think that'd be really cool. So don't forget to check my description box also for my social media. Go stream While You Were Out by Boys World. It's their EP. I hope you're all doing so great, wonderful, amazing, drinking your water, and I absolutely can't wait to see you in my next few videos. I have a lot of really good ones planned that I know you guys want to see, so subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you there. Bye, Boys World stans!